Morning everybody, it's great to hear such a great buzz in the room, and we're delighted to see so many people here this morning. Can I formally welcome you on behalf of the Chamber, and formally thank our sponsors, Irish Examiner, through Aidan Ford with us today. Aidan, we really do appreciate the sponsorship. It's very important to us, and I think that the volume of people here is a testament to the success of the events. Can I talk just for a little time about Lisbon? We have a poll on your desk, on the table, which is the poll on the Lisbon Treaty referendum. We'd like to just get a feel from people here as to what their views are. Depending on the result, we may publicise it or not, but at least I'm honest. Can I also say thank you to Shared Visions for the wonderful webcast that they produced for us. The real worrying part this morning is that there are actually people logged in online, so it's something that is obviously available through the service that Shared Visions is doing. We appreciate that as well at the moment. Just on Lisbon, just three very quick messages. I mean, first of all, can I say to our team in the Chamber, I think they've done an absolutely wonderful job in promoting the Yes campaign on behalf of Cork Chamber. Somehow, without the hard work of that team, I'm not sure the Yes campaign would have been as strong, and I think that the posters, the messages and the location were really, really good, and well done to all the team there. Kevin Mills is the guy who looked after it from the point of view of the board side, and I think they've done a wonderful job. And there's three messages from me on Lisbon. One is, we're still going to be part of Europe whether we vote yes or no to Lisbon. But fundamentally, as a country the size of ours, being part of Europe is not much use to us unless we have influence. And for us to have influence, we need to be centrally engaged. And for many years, Ireland has been very much centrally engaged inside Europe. Some of the most highest-ranking civil servants in Europe are Irish or of Irish descent. And if we lose that influence, then we'll only be another dot on a very big map. And I think we have to make sure we remain relevant, interested and engaged in Europe. It was very interesting meeting a number of ambassadors after the last treaty where we had said no. And all they asked me was, why does Ireland not want to be part of Europe? And one of my famous expressions is, when you're explaining, you're losing. And clearly, when I was explaining to him, it wasn't about that we didn't want to be part of Europe, and we were still very committed, and I said to myself, he's not going to believe me when the vote was as resounding as it was. So I think, it's very important, I think, from a business perspective to be part of Europe. I think, the access to European markets is vitally important. It's vitally important from the FDI side, and I'm sure Paul will probably touch on that when he's talking later on. But I know from the various roles I have, that if we're not part of Europe, and a relevant part of Europe, we're not as attractive for people to have their business here and to actually do business here. And equally, when you look at what we've been able to do in terms of maintaining our exports, and our exports have come down, in this world recession, have come down the least amount of all the comparative countries in percentage terms. The spread of our exports is much stronger than most of the other countries that we look up to. So if you look at Germany and other countries like that, we're in a much better position. Our balance of payments is going to go into surplus at the end of this year, partly because we're not spending anything, we're not importing as much, but also because our exports have held up so much. And that is really partly due to the fact that we are a very significant part of the whole European market, and we are seen as the access for both Far Eastern markets at this stage and very much so US markets into the European market. And if we're not in the central part of Europe, then that opportunity will fade away for us, and foreign direct investment will become much more difficult for us. So I know I'm bleeding on about it. I mean, we're very strong in the Cork Chamber about yes for Lisbon, and we believe it's yes for jobs, it's yes for business, and it's yes for all of our futures, and more importantly, all of our children's futures, and that's very important. So, as I said, hopefully you fill out the poll in the correct manner, as they say. I would say, there's no point in when I say, leave it open and we can leave the bad ones behind, Can I? One of the things that has been very successful, I suppose, sorry, maybe just a slight reverse for a second. Can I just say to you, one of the things that we've been focusing very hard in the Chamber in the last period of time, given the difficult economic times we have, is introducing business to business and making sure business meets business and all of those networking opportunities. All of our networking events have been very successful. Most of them are free, as you know, as being chamber members, and that's what we're striving to do. We're trying to push down the cost of our events and make sure that people have the opportunity to meet with people and do business with people, because if we all do business with each other, we'll all come out of this together and we'll do better. So in a similar vein, we have, over the last period of time, have 2 soapbox opportunities available to all chamber members. And what it is you have 1 minute, Dennis, 1 minute, because Dennis can speak for 30 minutes. 1 minute to pitch your business or your service to all the assembled people here and everybody on the web. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for people to do that. So the first person today is Dennis Collins from IBM, and Dennis, will hand over to you, and the bell will ring. Over to you, Dennis.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Being American, is that metric minute or? Very quickly, regarding the Lisbon Treaty, perception is reality, and I do a lot of travel, so that is a very, very valid point that people are saying, why doesn't Ireland want to become a part of Europe? And sometimes that can impact business, so I just wanted to make that comment. Secondly, just want to very quickly thank the Cork Chamber. Jer and Connie, you guys have been great to work with, and we're starting to work together very effectively, so I think it's a wonderful group. Very quickly, my name is Dennis Collins. I'm with IBM. I'm part of the Business Continuity and Resiliency Services Group. What I'm quickly going to talk to you today about is a global message, national message, and a local message. From a global perspective, our global strategy is something called Smarter Planet. And right now it's resonating very well across the planet. At a high level, what it is a very effective balance of driving business and new business with social responsibility. And that's basically leveraging green IT, green data center, consulting, optimization in the infrastructure. We're aligning well with President Obama's TARP strategy, as well as having a lot of talks across AP and in Europe. So that's our global strategy, aligning social responsibility with driving business, and it's resonating. And we're seeing a lot of our competitors and some of our partners start to utilize the same message. From a national perspective, IBM has been in Ireland for 50 years, started with 3 or 4 employees, and now we have 3,000 across the hardware, software, and services platform, driving a lot of effective business, and we're very involved in all aspects about the Irish economy and Irish social life. From a local Munster perspective, which I really want to drive the message today, we really started to make inroads here. We acquired the Tivoli and software acquisition in the Cork Business Park. We also opened up a work area recovery center in Blackpool in the Atrium building, and we're looking to do a lot more business here. You'll see us becoming a lot more active with Renata Murphy in Chamberlink and in marketing activities, and we also have a lower end offering, email management, email offering coming out for the small and medium business marketplace. Quite often people think of IBM just going for the enterprise accounts. We also are very, very active, and we integrate a lot in the middle tier and the lower tier. So to summarize, I think I'm getting close to my. We have a global strategy. We have a national strategy and a local strategy. We're committed to Ireland. We've been here for 50 years. We're now committed to Cork and Munster, and I'm hoping we can do a lot more business with all of you today. Thank you very much.
Well done, Dennis. I know you can speak for 30 minutes and you hardly have to take a break. Next up is Adrian Bartels, and I have to say I know Adrian for a good number of years, and I think I first met him when he was general manager of the Sheen Falls, and I think he did a wonderful job there. He's currently the general manager of the Cliff House Hotel, and he's going to talk to you about the Cliff House Hotel. Over to you, Adrian.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, folks. You're very welcome. That's what we normally say in the Cliff when you arrive. But anyway, I just want to say the Cliff House Hotel is a brand new hotel. We opened about a year and a half ago. We are situated just under an hour from Cork City. That's quite, maybe some people don't know exactly where it is, on the way to Waterford. It is in a stunning location just off the N25. We're literally situated on a cliff, with all the rooms, bedrooms, and private areas, public areas overlooking the Ardmore Bay. The main thing that you may not realise is that the hotel is actually equipped for business and conference meetings. So you might consider us. I know there's a couple of nice hotels to pass on the way, but you know we are literally the other side of the border. We actually have a 02 telephone number, so we kind of in Cork. But we do have all the mod cons for conference facilities.